Next, we'll go over to the left side of DC. Okay, so here's the two circles. And then over here, where the National Zoo is, we've got a head, an arm reaching out, and then another arm holding a magnifying glass. Okay. That's the other one. So that's on the left side of DC. And the people on the left were in that pose. And then this was on the right side of DC. It sounds crazy. You can call it reaching, but I just found it. You know, I didn't make any of this up. Now we have Joe getting ready to go into a childhood memory.
Before we left Colorado and moved to Los Angeles, I remember everything.
Ouch!
So he mentioned Colorado and then Los Angeles. I'll get to those in a minute.
You hurt yourself, son? Let's see. Oh, honestly.
So she's got his foot propped up, and one of her hands is holding his right foot. Remember that.
Someday, those feet are gonna get so dirty, they'll never wash clean.
So here we're at the Denver Amtrak station in Denver, Colorado, because he mentioned Colorado, and we're going to follow this track up north a bit, and then we come to a cemetery. Now I will show you what I see. You can call it whatever you wish. Okay, now these two fingers here are kind of, the line doesn't match up, but this looks like a hand with a ball in it. Okay, you can call this one a reach, I'll give that to you, but everything that I'm finding and the way that I'm finding it is because of the movie. Here we're at the Union Pacific Railroad in East Los Angeles, because he mentioned Los Angeles, and if we zoom out here a little bit, I'll show you the arrow that I see. Okay, again, you can call this a reach, that's fine. I know I keep saying this stuff. So if we follow this road in that direction, I'll show you what it leads to. And that is right down here, this nature reserve. So I'm just going to draw you what I see in the nature reserve here. You can agree with it or not. I'm just going to continue that line there. Okay. So that could be considered Kareen standing there waiting for him to go to war. Here's the side-by-side comparison of Kareen on the left seeing Joe off to war, and then the nature reserve from Los Angeles. Here's one of the parts from the music video 1 from Metallica.
How's that?
I may not be unusual now, but I'm going to be.
Of course you are. Gonna make the world safe for democracy, aren't you?
What is democracy?
Well, I was never very clear on it myself. Like every other kind of government, it's got something to do with young men killing each other, I believe.
Okay. What is democracy? It's got something to do with young men killing each other. That explains the riots that are happening this year in the United States and I guess all over the world. But is it being paid for by something? I don't know. Why is it happening this year? We never used to have riots like this in the past. So why is it happening this year?
Why don't old men kill each other?
Well, the old men are needed to keep the home fires burning.
Couldn't the young men do that just as well?
Young men don't have homes. That's why they must go out and kill each other.
When it comes my turn, will you want me to go?
For democracy, any man would give his only begotten son.
I know the needle right now is on 0, but the opposite end with the semicircle is around the 20. And it just went there twice. Let's see if I can show that again.
She's cleaning my breathing tube.
20,
My breathing tube.
20.
I thought.
Okay. It only goes there twice. So that represents the year 2020, which is this year. Both in this movie and in the Metallica music video. Why is everything happening this year?
Oh yes, I know. Yes, I know. I
Here
still
the
got my
nurse is going to
feeding
start
tube.
feeding him.
I still got my feeding tube. When am I going to be able to feed myself?
In this pose right here, I will show you a location on the map that looks exactly like this pose. So we have the nurse holding something in her hand, and then we have Joe down here with a triangular shaped mask on his face. So here's I'll show you where we are first. We're in Egypt, and I look for train stations with an arrow near them, as I've shown you in the other ones. So here, I don't know if you can see this area arrow. Just go ahead and draw it real quick for you. And then we have a road coming down this way. Okay, there's a train station right there. take that direction. Zoom out real quick. And that takes us all the way to Cairo, or near Cairo. Okay. Now this one is unmistakable. Here, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a nurse. Here, I'll show you. This is her face. She's looking to the left. This is her hand. We've got a thumb and then the 4 fingers. She's holding up the feeding tube. And then her arm. And then we have a man with no arms and legs and a triangular shaped mask on his face. And I'll go ahead and draw that right now for you. Okay, this is one of the unmistakable ones. Here we have arm. Face. And here is her thumb and 4 fingers. Okay? There's no mistaking that. That is the scene I just showed you. Okay? That is absolute proof. Now, what is this doing in Egypt? Why is this in a different country? Also in the same area, if you look down here, we've got 1 foot, and then we've got something kind of confusing right here, but I'll go ahead and draw it out for you. So this one's kind of obvious. Okay. That's a foot. And then here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 little toes, and then a big toe outline, and this part here I just kind of made up, but we'll follow this back. Okay, that's a foot with dirt on the bottom of it, and it looks like a glove, even though she didn't have gloves in the movie, but it looks like a hand holding the foot. Okay, so in his dream, or his memory from his childhood, his mother grabbed his foot and saw dirt on the bottom of it. And what's this place called? Dreamland.